All right, we started it.
Yes, we sure have. I was hoping you'd ask. Actually, I was
Ah,
hoping you wouldn't ask because then it'd be funny because you'd start talking to me again, pretending like we hadn't started yet, but we hadn't started yet. But now we're starting.
good evening. Welcome to Two Idiots, Two Countries. I'm your host, Tyler Weiss. Um, Zach,
So what am I then?
you're
Just fuck me, huh? All right.
well, no, you're the co-host.
Well, yes, but we're both co-hosts. You can't say you're the host and I'm the co-host. That's not how that works. You were both co-hosts.
I guess you're the okay. Well, my name is Tyler Weiss. I'm the co-host. I don't know. I thought it was kind of like a pilot. You know how the pilot, like, there's like the main pilot, and then there's like the side pilot.
Yeah, but that's not
Like you
how
got.
this. That's not what a co. Wait. Yeah, no, that's
I don't think it's called co-pilot. I think it's called like secondary pilot.
yeah. No. When you're a co something, like when you're like a co-founder, you're not like a secondary founder. No, you are equally a founder.
We're equally hosts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay. Well, anyway, Zach, how is how has America been? How has life in America been?
You know, Tyler, actually, I'm gonna shock you right now if you haven't heard about this, although I feel like you have anyways. I literally just found out yesterday that we invaded or we captured um,
The Venezuelan
Venezuela's
president, yeah. That was
dictator or
crazy.
something.
What do
Um,
you think about
well, I don't know.
that?
I,
Give
I don't.
us give us a big steak.
I
You
mean,
said you don't
obviously,
know?
I don't know why we did. Well, no, I know on the surface, it seems like we did this to get oil.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
but also
That's
the Venezuelan people weren't doing good. I guess is also what I got. I don't really know much more other than that though. So I can't. I mean, it seems like a good thing, but then it's it also could not be a good thing if someone who is allied to Venezuela doesn't like what we did, and then right, because that's the whole fear. It's not like
yeah,
this
it like offsets something.
like a world war.
Yeah. You know, well, I wanna I wanna talk about like my opinion on that in a second, but I
About
also just
war.
want to yeah, but I also want to say I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently off the northeast coast of Japan, like not hitting any territory, of course, but there were like missile strikes by North Korea near the coast of Japan.
Near the coast? What
Yeah,
do you mean near the coast? So they like intentionally missed, or like they were just play fighting? Like what do you mean near? Like
I think they were just testing missiles.
near the
Uh,
coast? They were.
yeah,
That's awfully close to be
I
testing
know
missiles.
that's what I said.
That seems like a warning or something. Like that
No,
doesn't seem like a test. If they wanted to test something, why didn't they go to the farthest depths or the farthest place away from?
Nemo or something. Yeah. Well, look, I only got 2 more weeks left here, so I'm hoping that in my last 2 weeks I don't catch a stray.
A stray
I mean by
missile?
stray, yeah, stray miss.
A stray missile?
Listen, all right, I'm not look, the American passport, it doesn't have like as many you can't visit as many countries as like say Singapore. I think Singapore is quote unquote the strongest passport.
The strongest
Um,
passport? What do you mean by that? How is the
I
passport?
think
Oops, fucked that up.
because you're able to visit more countries. I think Singapore can visit uh 184 countries, I think. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
oh, that's what you
I
mean
think
by the
it's one.
strongest passport. Okay.
Yeah, the US is 178, I believe. Um,
All right, I'll take second place. That's okay. I don't need to visit the. I don't know what the other four countries are,
well,
but
no,
I'll be all right.
I don't think it's second place either. I think it's like 12th or something, but
Oh
there's
wow.
like a lot of yeah, there's a lot in between. But one thing about the US passport is they take care of us. Like they look after us if we're like in trouble and like abroad. Like
Right.
they got you covered, but like if there's some danger or something, they'll send you home for free pretty much. So once I found out about that, I'm like, all right, as long as I survive the first missile strike,
Right.
um,
As long as you survive the first missile, that's but that's that
it's
doesn't
kind of
feel
like
very good either.
well, no, but it's like if Kim Jong Un kind of had like a the map of Japan on his phone, and he just randomly thought, "Fuck this guy," he's watching this
What, you?
podcast. Yeah,
Oh, Kim Jong Un watching Two Idiots, Two Countries.
yeah. What if he sees the podcast and he's just like, "I don't like this kid," if he just didn't like the show and he just decided to nuke me? Like, what if that? Then what am I gonna do?
So I think you raise a very serious concern there. Maybe Kim Jong Un is on YouTube. Yeah, that's true.
Because I know they don't have internet, but he surely does. They have to have like a hotspot or something in the building, right? On his like main area. I don't know what it's called actually.
I don't
I did a
know.
I did a research project actually on Kim Jong Un,
Oh
or
wow.
not on specifically, but North Korea.
Now I can see why he'd be suspicious of you because you're looking into him. You'd be like, hey, what's this guy doing? Why does he want to know about me so
What
much?
is what is readily available? Yeah, I mean um, yeah, I think I already told you this, but yeah, they host like fake elections every year, like or every 4 years. Like they have an election, but like he's the only candidate, and everyone has to vote. So like he kind of just wins no matter what. So you know,
I don't even understand
but
what's. It's actually kind of comical because what's even the purpose of that? Like, is that to give the illusion that they have a choice or something, even though they don't? Like to make them feel better? Like, would they be enraged if they didn't have an election, even though there's only one option anyways? Doesn't even matter. Why even waste the breath? It's not like does he really not have the power to just say like nope, no more elections. It's just me, guys. Maybe that's like
yeah, that's what I was gonna think and do something like I don't know. I don't know how you feel about Putin, but he's been president for the past 25 years for Russia, and Putin does a great job in terms of leading his country.
I mean, yeah, I'd
So,
assume so because they haven't thrown him out.
hey, bro, the Russian people love him. He's a good leader. He is. If you look at Russia, like before Putin and after Putin, like he really did save the country in many aspects. And people obviously don't like him because he is like for all intents and purposes a dictator. But it's like they were I don't I think Russia is completely justified in their attack on Ukraine. And it is a bad thing, obviously. I don't want it to happen. I want the US to stop the war and I want the whole
But you
war to
think it's
stop.
justified?
Yeah, it's not like I don't want it to happen, but I understand why it's happening. Um, the reason that people say that like Russia just wants more land, that's not true. The
Well, there's a
reason
history behind it.
yeah, well, no, the reason they attacked the Ukraine in the first place
It
was,
wasn't. It was their land, right? Originally.
um, well, I mean, yeah, it was originally, but that's not what happened. What happened is NATO was originally designed as a group against the Soviet Union, and
Damn.
they Putin made a deal with the U.S. and basically was like, okay, because they won't let Russia join NATO, so they're like, okay, we just, but there are certain countries we don't want to join NATO because it's just a national security threat for Russia, and one of those countries was Ukraine. And like the US had made a deal with Russia, basically saying like, all right, well, we're not going to let Ukraine join. And then when Biden became president, he let Ukraine join NATO. So that's when Putin was like, all right, like, fuck this. Screw you guys. I don't think like that gives them the right to necessarily bomb them or do a whole war, but I think they are more justified than like us being in Iraq and Afghanistan and like the Middle East.
No,
They
what's
have more
messed up
reason.
about this is that we screwed them over, and now Ukraine has to pay for that. That's what's messed up about it. I guess we have to pay for it financially, but that's not that doesn't outweigh human lives.
No, yeah, for sure not. Like I said, I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I understand like kind of why it's happening. The and with Venezuela too. Okay, I don't know. I know some people watching this don't like Donald Trump, and I don't really like him either. But you gotta admit, like he's probably our funniest president ever, right? Like he has to be.
I don't know. I
Like,
mean, I only see reels of a couple presidents because some haven't been around long enough for the internet. So yeah, I don't know.
dude, he's funny. He's hilarious. They
It's
said,
only
Mr. President, Mr. President, what are we gonna do? What is the US gonna do with the 1.9 million barrels of oil or whatever that we seized from from Venezuela? He was like, we're gonna keep it. He's like, yeah, we're gonna keep it and we're gonna sell it. And it was really funny. China didn't make like like every other country basically, made a statement on the U.S. bombing Venezuela and taking the leader. And the only like Russia did a bunch of countries in NATO, France, Germany, Spain, a bunch of countries that don't really matter. Um, but China actually didn't make a statement, which was really weird, and it wasn't from Xi Jinping. Um, but after like Trump had announced that he's going to be selling the oil to Russia to China for like for profit or whatever, then China made a statement and they were basically just like there will be no other like repercussions for the US for doing this or whatever. So it's all right. We got them their oil. But at first I was kind of like because I'm very like contradictory to what I just said. I'm very anti-war. I don't like America bombing anyone, attacking anyone unless it's like in our absolute best interest. Um, unless there's like a huge national security threat, unless like Mexico was going to go to war with us, then I'd be like, all right. But Venezuela, at first I was kind of like not okay with that because I was like, yeah, I don't want us to go into another war or something. But then I saw the reaction of the Venezuelan people, and I was like, I don't know if you saw the videos, but they're like having full on like celebrations. Like they're really happy. Like all the American liberals are crying on the internet. And I get why. The legality of it was completely illegal, which I don't agree with, but the country seems to be pretty happy. Um, and the Americans will say, well, you're under new leadership now, you're under new rule. So I don't know. What do you think about that, Zach? What do you think about us running Venezuela now and it being like our 51st state, kind of? I don't know if it's going to be a state, but
yeah. I mean that'd be cool. I mean, as long as the Venezuelan people are okay with it, then yeah, absolutely. I mean, it seems if they really didn't like the person who was running it before at all, I mean, yeah, from a moral standpoint, yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen anymore. And it seems like U.S.'s government is more than happy to take it because we get that sweet, sweet oil.
they
Yeah.
need they need liberating. They need democracy.
In 2016, there was like the memes were everywhere about U.S. invading places for oil. Like it was just a meme. Like U.S. they're just thirsty for oil. Like, that's just like a long-standing meme. Now it's finally
Yes,
come full
sir.
circle again. It's like, yep, we've acquired Venezuela. No, we haven't acquired Venezuela. We acquired oil.
Oil. Hey, at least Trump's pretty. He's pretty. honest about it. He's just like he's out there. Like other presidents kind of try to beat around the bush. He's just like, now we he's like, we wanted that shit, we took that shit, we're gonna keep that shit. That is our oil. They said like we're like Venezuela is taking our oil because like that oil that they have belongs to us. And I'm like, that's a yeah, that's a funny mindset to have. I like that.
Wait, what was the mindset?
It was like they have their own oil, but Trump was like, they're taking our oil. Like as in like their oil should be ours.
I mean, apparently Venezuela has like the most oil, the highest oil reserves. So they probably didn't even need all that. Oh, actually, I guess they probably did. They probably sold it. What am I saying? Yeah, that's probably like a great economic venture for them. Oil. But now it's a great
Yeah.
economic venture for us. Oil.
Money. There's the lower gas prices Trump was talking about. They
Well,
got a lot of oil.
what about this, Tyler? Eventually, we're gonna run out of oil.
Yeah, but then like everyone's gonna have to be gay and use an EV, you know.
I'm pretty sure using
I think
oil is
I think you
used in the process of making electric cars. I think that was the whole argument.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Wait,
I don't know.
let me fact check this.
I think I think EV is kind of gay because it's like I don't know. I kind of do hate the sound of a really like a super loud like supercar driving through the city because it echoes throughout the whole, the whole all the buildings and stuff.
Yeah, so
But
sorry, wait, what were you saying? I was just looking at.
no, I was just kind of giving an argument to why I think electric vehicles are gay.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, anyways, yeah, it says according to my thing here, oil. Yes, oil is used extensively in electric car production for plastics, lubricants, and transportation of parts. Even though they don't use oil for fuel like gasoline cars, relying instead on petrochemicals for many components like synthetic rubber, wiring insulation, and lightweight materials, plus diesel jet fuel powers the supply chain. While EVs limit the
Oh,
need for motor oil, they still use other fluids like brake fluid, coolant, and sometimes transmission fluid, which can also be oil based or derived from petrochemicals. So, oil and natural gas are crucial for making the polymers, plastics, and synthetic materials that make EVs lighter and more efficient. So,
oh
basically,
wow.
yeah, like, yeah, oil. People like I think the argument is I don't know, but I've seen it all the time that there's actually like electric cars aren't actually saving the planet because we're ruining the planet even more by making more electric cars. So yeah,
Does that actually does the math check out on that? Is that like does that cancel out the like it releases more, I guess, emissions?
is more oil used to make electric cars than gas cars used for gas?
Because I'm thinking like that makes sense, but also someone's had to have done the research at this point for that. Like
Yeah.
there's no way it's not, right?
Roll oil and gas current vehicle production. Okay. Better for environment than okay. Are electric cars better for environment than fuel cars? This
Isn't that the whole
is
point?
this is from University of California, Santa Barbara. So taking cars on the road, blah blah blah. Where's the comparison? What about cars charged on rooftop solar? Overall, every
Definitely, yeah.
electric car. Okay. So overall, every electric car will produce fewer emissions than its petrol equivalent, no matter where they're charged. Even with an electricity grid that still uses some fossil fuels, electric cars have much lower overall carbon emissions. Okay. What about
So
hybrids?
how are you saving the planet?
So it sounds like overall that electric cars will be less harmful, but not immediately though, because once we're more greener and we have more electric cars, probably be better. But they still
What do you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
they still do use a lot. They still do cause a lot of emissions because of, yeah, the large amount of production of them.
Yeah, too many Chinese kids. I'm just kidding. We make our cars. We make some cars in America. We
Yeah,
import a lot of Toyota. Hey man, they're reliable though. You know, Japan got delivered the portable sun at the end of World War II and decided they were going to make the most reliable cars in the world. I think it's actually Toyota that has like, I think it has a world record of reaching 1 million miles. I don't remember what Toyota it was like specifically, but I know there's a Toyota or some type of Japanese car that got like 1 million miles.
yeah.
So they're definitely
Toyota
they're definitely.
Tundra
Oh, okay, there you go. A
famously
mil, it was
reached
like a
1 million miles in 2016.
yeah, that's crazy.
Toyota
See,
Tundra.
you can never have like a I don't know, like a Chevrolet or something like that. Or maybe you can. I don't know. I don't drive, by the way. I don't have a license. I'm 20 years old and I still don't drive.
Yeah, we got to get you a license, especially when you come back.
I know that's like my number one goal. You know, you can I can get around here not having a car because everything is so walkable. But in America, it's completely the opposite. If you don't have a car, what are you doing? You're basically you're cooked. You know, you can't. And I know, you know, Alma's going to be watching this, and she doesn't know what you're cooked means. So I need a car, basically.
I'm glad you noticed that. That's good. Yeah, we need to explain.
Gotta have a Gen Z like live translator if we use some of that language. But you know, Zach, it's actually been a very interesting week here in Japan. Um, well, I guess technically now it's Monday, but it's Sunday for you. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um, a couple of really notable things. I went to Osaka. I saw my first black guy. I tried to watch Hunting Hitler, actually. Um, and he was he was a cool black guy too. I actually met him at a ramen bar. Cool dude. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't like an American, I don't think. He was a cool dude. He was a quarter zip one. But anyway, I tried to watch Hunting Hitler, but apparently it's banned in Japan. And I'm like, what is that? Like, you guys were the
Wait.
main, that's your main guy. I was like, you
What?
can't watch that? You kidding me?
For anyone that doesn't know, by the way, Hunting Hitler is a great documentary about about finding Hitler after World War II, because they don't actually believe there's actually no proof that he was found in that bunker where he supposedly died.
Kill himself.
And there is a lot of proof that shows that,
You
well,
just happened.
undeniably, yeah, there were hundreds of thousands of Germans that fled to Argentina, hundreds of thousands. And if you go there even today, you'll find a lot of German speaking community. And yeah,
Dang.
it's insane. It's awesome. It's
It's awesome that they speak German.
well, I guess well actually I should rephrase that.
I'm kidding.
It's just cool. Like it's I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
interesting.
It
It's
is
fascinating.
very interesting. I mean, it's not cool. I'm not saying Hitler's cool. That's not. Well, all right, sorry, all right, all right. I don't want to get into this. Okay, no.
We're not gonna. We won't talk about that on the air. I'm just
But
kidding. If
but
I
it
want
is
to,
okay. It is a very interesting. It is a very interesting documentary. I highly recommend it.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. I mean, he's definitely interesting. Um, no, but seriously, he was interesting. All right, our family's got German history. I love learning about Germany. So our family heritages. There's also Italian and what's it called?
Greek.
Greek. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I blanked on that. I didn't know there was any Italian in our family for the longest time, but I guess it makes sense with one of our grandmothers.
Yeah, I don't. I still don't have that much history on that side, but but yeah,
There's a lot of
our
it gets lost, unfortunately.
well, no, it's not lost. I just need to get it from our ancestors that are still alive this day.
I thought we tried to, didn't we try to ask her, but she didn't know a lot of it because there's a lot of like sad stuff that happened.
No,
Wow.
but but yeah, the German side of the history is really cool. Okay, and it's not because of killing Jews. Okay, that's not why. Uh, but
Germany's awesome. They
but
were
with
actually, the first country to invent the flying like military
well, I'm speaking
jets.
in terms of like our family specifically, because if World War II never happened, our family actually never would have happened. Our grandparents never would have met. They lived on opposite sides, one of Germany.
See, we're
It's
grateful. We're grateful for World War II.
well, that's a weird way of putting it. I don't know if I'd say that, but I mean, what's it's historically accurate to say that. If it didn't happen, we wouldn't be here right now. We would not. This family would not have existed. Not this one specifically, at least. So
Yeah. Zach, who's your pick for World War III? You have to pick like five countries to be allied together.
I don't know, dude. I don't want it. I don't want there to be a World War III. Oh God.
Well, hypothetically speaking,
And
so I mean, you
what do you,
obviously America is no matter what. What other countries would you pick to ally
what
with
you're
you?
saying? Just pick the best ally, pick the best team. Is that what you're saying? So
Yeah,
like
you
like
can't
football,
pick.
like draft the best team. Like
Yeah, you can't pick Russia and China though, because those are the enemies. Like that's our adversary.
oh well, you said just pick anyone.
Well, no, you got 193 countries to pick from. Or yeah, or 192 technically.
I
Well,
can't.
how about this? You pick five countries.
Besides America, or including America.
No, America's like your team captain. Like he's already like bro's already like there. He's chilling.
Okay, and I gotta pick five countries. Let's see. It's, uh, it's not gonna be Canada.
Damn.
Who else?
You wouldn't reunite the whole North America like that big like strip?
Actually, yeah, I probably should get Canada on the team.
The United Nations of CUN. Not gonna say that out loud because grandma's watching, but yeah, that would be an incredibly powerful. We could also get Puerto Rico. We could have them come with us, and we can't bring Hawaii though. Hawaii's a little far.
Well, far from what?
Everyone else,
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
they're a
so
little.
there's a lot of people that we could use for allies, like France, Germany, UK.
I wouldn't use the UK. They're too annoying. They'd be very annoying to work with.
All right, let's just work with North Korea. No one would expect that. It'd be a surprise plot twist.
uh, I mean, yeah, you could. USA, North Korea versus China. I'd watch. Yo, they could have like a watch party for World War III. You'd have to pay like $10 billion to watch it though.
A watch
Because
party?
yeah, because the government's got to at least profit off you not dying and you like being isolated from the war. Like all country, you know how like there's an Antarctic treaty? Have you ever heard of that?
No. Oh,
Okay, so the
Antarctica
Antarctic.
Treaty? No, yeah, no, I still haven't heard of that.
Yeah, so it's basically every single country on the world agreed that North that Antarctica is going to be like an isolated continent country that no one is allowed to claim. Like every country in the world agreed that that place is just for research.
I'm really surprised that they got all countries to abide by that. Honestly, that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, that's why some people are very skeptical of it. It's because it's like that's the one thing in the world that every like literally every single country signed on and said no one claims this. This is no one's. This is just for like scientific research.
Well, I don't think anyone actually wants it anyways, because Antarctica is slowly dissipating away. So even if you did capture Antarctica, it's a ticking time bomb. You don't, you're not gonna have it. You're not gonna have it forever. It's gonna melt away.
I know it's kind of that's really sad, bro. Like I see videos of like the polar bears like getting cooked.
I don't really have a lot of sympathy for polar bears though, because polar bears are kind of they're monsters.
Yeah, but they're cute. You know, we want to save things that are cute. Like they're dangerous, yeah, but it's like it's kind of one of those situations. It's like if enemy, then why cute? You know what I mean? Because it's kind of cute. No, you don't agree with that? Are you looking at a
No,
picture of a polar bear to confirm?
no, no.
Uh,
Uh,
or was like
so
based.
no, I was just looking at how long it take for Antarctica to completely melt. I think it says it's actually just so long time. It says 2,300. Some simulations suggest a near total collapse of the West Antarctica ice sheet. Oh, that's not even the whole Antarctica. Okay, so Antarctica is still going to be around for a long time. All right, cool.
Yeah, but it's melting at an alarming rate though.
It's adding to the sea level, which is insane. So that's why, yeah, our own borders will shrink because the water will just go up more of the shore.
Yeah, listen, I don't know anything about I've done no research and know nothing about climate change. So if any right-wing people are watching this and are like, you think the waters are gonna rise? I don't know. I haven't done my research into that. Okay, so don't come after me or Zach for that. All right.
What if a
I
left
don't
wing person says that? Then what?
but you're on the wrong side, buddy. I think a couple of liberals are watching maybe.
So
I
what if
don't
they
know.
are?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You don't know
I
what to
know a
say.
couple.
You don't accept them. You're
I'm
gonna shun them. Ah,
no, I'm friends with a few. I think I'm actually friends with a lot more than I think I am. Uh, I don't know. I can get along with anyone though, despite the political affiliation.
as
Well,
as you should be able to. You shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. Like they just affiliate with one side, and you just can't. That means you can't talk to that
cannot
person. You
be.
can't be a friend of that
I,
person.
my best friend is a liberal. My best friend's a liberal. He lives in California. He's going to be watching this actually. So
You sound like a politician or something right now. Maybe something that Trump would say. Like, oh, you don't like liberals. Well, actually, fuck, I can't do a Trump accent right now. Actually, I'll have you guys know, my
no,
best friends. I know many liberals. Many of them are cool. My best friend is actually a liberal. We've known a very good friend. Lives in
yeah, okay,
California.
I know that's kind of a moot. That's kind of like a moot point. That's kind of just like a thing that one guy says like, oh, I'm not racist. My best friend's actually black. My best friend actually, one of my best friends actually is black.
There you
So
go. There you go. There it is again.
they are. I'm just saying, but it kind of
I
like
know many
okay. I
black
know it's like,
people. Black people are great. One of my best friends is black. He's a great
dude,
guy.
during his rally, I don't know the context, but there's a
He
clip of
also
him
knows many
being
black
like,
people.
shut the hell up. There's a clip of Donald
Uh,
Trump being like, "I'm gonna kiss him. He's a beautiful man." I don't know the context, but he was just like,
Yo,
he's like that guy right there. I can't do a Trump accent. I'm not even gonna
you
try.
can, there's so many weird you can just like Trump moaning like it's like some weird
I
like out of
know.
context shit.
Dude, I'm like, for that, what is the context?
Trump moaning. I
Bro, we're
don't.
not falling.
I don't
Alright.
like looking that up.
CIA is gonna be asking some questions.
Oh my god! I just played that on the podcast of him moaning. I was like, what the fuck?
Zach, our
Like he's literally just
ancestors,
doing that, like just like in front of a microphone, in front of like how God knows how many people. Like that's hilarious.
Zach,
What?
our ancestors did not die in World War One for you to YouTube Trump moaning. Come on.
Yes, they did.
You ever think about that sometimes though? Like what our ancestors would think of us, like if they were to come back alive.
I think they'd be pretty okay with it because I think the whole goal of to fight the war was that so the war wouldn't happen again and that we could live in peace.
Well, do you think we live in peace?
I mean, yeah, we're running
Like
a
when
podcast right now.
I guess that is true.
People who are in war are not in peace and are typically probably not making podcasts and running cheese businesses,
Hey,
whatever.
that's not true. That's not true. I don't know these guys' names, but they did a podcast with Netanyahu. You know, he's busy bombing 6 countries at one time, so he's got time for a podcast.
Well, you say he's bombing, but it's not really him. He's got his subordinates doing it for him. And he's just the guy that said, "Yep, do that." And
On the podcast.
I mean, actually, maybe that's not true. I don't know. That would be kind of crazy though. What the heck? He's doing a podcast while bombing countries at the same time. Wow. It's
Yeah.
Elon Musk level of efficiency. Holy.
He's got like he's got like the map on his phone.
No, he's like on the phone with the 6 guys bombing them at the same time as the podcast. He's like,
He's like playing like on his phone.
no, no, no. He's like in a voice chat with them. He's like
Oh my
giving,
God.
giving comms. They're like flying over. He's like, yo, cracked, cracked.
Dude, I don't know why that just made me think about that, but do you know like like you know in a Avengers Endgame and like Infinity War, like that battle towards the end, you know how like they're all on like a Discord call? Like, bro, there's no way they can hear. Like they can hear like have you ever been on a Discord call with like 30 people? Like you can't hear anyone. You can't talk to anyone. And that's 30 people. There was at least like 1,000 of them. You telling me they're all on a call and you can talk to each other individually? I don't think so. I think that's baloney,
I was gonna pull up
frankly.
the scene, but I don't know how to pull that up. Actually, I don't know. All right,
Avengers Endgame.
give some
Avengers
context to people
Endgame
watching.
Discord.
What scene are you talking about specifically?
Well, just any scene where they're talking in the end, like during the fight, because it's like it's 10 minutes of just like NPC spawn killing, and then it's kind of just like it goes into individual scenes with like Captain Marvel and uh, Spider-Man and Cap and Wanda. And there's like a scene where it's like a girl boss scene where there's like all the women get together. I think there's also a scene in there where they're talking in the mic.
Wait, so
So one
what's
of
the and
those.
the problem is that it's too loud to talk on a mic? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's no way they'd be able to like communicate like all at once, you
What
know
if
what
they
I
have
mean?
like what if it's like Discord where there's noise canceling?
Okay, I was gonna be like, they don't have the technology for that. I'm like, they literally went back in fucking time.
Oh, dude, we're talking about Tony
Tony Stark.
Stark here. I'm sure he
Yeah.
got some noise suppression on this.
But like he'd have to agree, like everyone would have to agree like what voice channel to join, like when to turn off your mic.
Yeah,
I
what
just
if they
think
just
that's
all have different? They're just all able to tune into different channels to talk to each other. I don't know why this is so unbelievable.
I just don't believe it. I just think that's such a below. I don't think like that's something.
It's like a radio
Well,
frequency. You like tune into different frequencies to talk to different people.
yeah, but they talked about that and agreed on that. Like when? When did they have the time for that? They literally just revived them after 5 years of not being together. And they're all on the same Discord call, really? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I need the Russo brothers to do some explaining. Zach, don't look at me like that. Come on.
This is what you call a stupid argument.
It's not stupid. It's asking a question. That's how the great scientists of our history discovered anything. The apple fell on bro's head. My
Why?
goat, Newton. Gravity. He asked a question. He was like, "Why did that just fall on my head?" So I'm just asking a question. I don't know what will come out of it. You know.
Nothing.
So
Nothing will come
uh,
out of it.
I feel kind of old talking about Marvel, even though I'm 20 years old. It's like I don't know. You ever been doing something nowadays now that we're kind of old, and you just like you think to yourself like, "Damn, I'm old." Not even in like a way where you're like you feel bad about it, but you just kind of realize it. You're like, that was me. That was me at one point. Or like you hear a song from like 20 years ago, or I guess not 20 years ago. You hear a song from like 2017 or 2016. You're like, dang, I'm old. Like that was 8, 9 years ago.
Well, yeah, one thing that I do that does yeah, that does surprise me is how quickly time passes.
Since
So,
COVID, right? Yeah,
yeah,
it's 2020. It's been 6 years since the virus.
it's honestly, yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like it.
The people who were 13 during the virus are
19.
now 19. So that's crazy. But no, the other day, I started working out actually, um, by like not going to the gym or anything, but by calisthenics. And I went to this park and I start like jogging around just casually, nothing competitive. And I see this kid, this like 10-year-old kid. He's running the opposite way. So like I'm going this way and he's going this way. So we like met at some point. And the first time he passed me, he just flew by me because I was jogging so slow. Because I was just warming up, And I was like, okay, this kid's going fast, but I'm a responsible, mature adult. I don't think anything of it. And then I continue to jog, and then he flies past me again, and I'm like, okay, like this is a little ridiculous. So I speed up because I'm because
Oh
I'm just like
man.
because I'm like I don't want to feel like a slow like a turtle being honest kid. And then we're going around and he passes me again. I speed up again. And I speed up until I'm like after like 3 or 4 rounds, we just start racing each other. Like I just started like sprinting. And I finally start passing him and going ahead of him. And like every time we would pass each other, we like grin ever so slightly. Just because it's like it was such an indirect race, but he's also like a little kid. But I was just like, I'm not gonna let this little kid beat me. I can't do that. I'm not that old. I'm not gonna let him be faster than me. So
Got it.
anyway, after about 15 minutes of running, even though I haven't ran in, a year, I was about to pass out, but his mom actually called him over and they had to leave, so I won. Okay? So if you're watching this, kiddo, don't try that again. All right? I was out of breath. I was completely winded. I almost passed out. But I won. So W. L kid. L running kid.
I was just playing the video of Captain America saying on your left while you were talking about that.
On your left. No, we weren't running the same. That would have been a lot more funny. That would have been funnier though. I don't know. I just wasn't gonna let him beat me though. I'd like, there's no way. At first I was like, okay, Tyler, you don't need to get competitive. But then he like keeps flying past me. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna let this little
This
kid beat
little
me.
runt.
Yeah. So he learned his lesson that day. He probably didn't. I don't know. I don't even know if he was paying attention, honestly.
I don't, probably
It's
not.
one of it's one of those things where I don't know, but I told you about it sometimes. Like I've gotten in indirect races with people. Like they're trying to like walk past me on the sidewalk, but then I speed up and they speed up. Because you have to. It's kind of like measuring the distance of how far away someone is from the door that you're gonna hold the door open for them. You know what I mean? Like at a certain distance, it can be considered rude or it's just like kind of awkward because if you're across the whole parking lot, I hold the door open for you. Well, now you got to sprint to catch to catch up, so you don't make me wait there for 2 minutes.
And now,
Um,
as the person holding the door, you're in an even more awkward position because you
you got to
realize
stare
that,
at them.
yeah, if you realize that they're too far away, and then you made the kind gesture of holding the door open, but then you just say, never mind. Close the door in their face.
Yeah, that's the most awkward. Yeah, I can. I think that's something I had to learn in Japan really quickly.
People don't
Is
hold the door
that
open for each other.
they don't know, and I did it in my first week here. And people were just looking at me weird, and I felt bad because I realized they don't do that. Because I kind of did misjudge the distance this one time, and I did make this guy kind of do that like awkward little jog. Um, so the message here is you gotta get enough life experience to correctly judge the proper distances at which you hold the door open for someone.
Right, that's,
Um,
yeah,
so.
very important life
But
skill.
also, you gotta hold your ground, okay? If someone's trying to overtake, it's like when you're driving and you get cut off by a Nissan Altima, okay? It's like you gotta be in your own lane when you're walking. And if someone tries to pass you, you gotta speed up. You can't let them pass you. Because if you let them pass you, you're kind of a bitch for all intents and purposes. But not only that, you then have to you don't have to keep walking as the people behind you witness you just get cut off. And you can't do this kind of awkward thing where you try to speed up and then they speed up. You gotta overtake them or you gotta stay behind them. You gotta make that decision right away. Because they're gonna like I got into this awkward in between where she was trying to pass me and I was trying to speed up and I was trying to let her pass me, but she didn't want to like walk side by side with me. So I don't know. It's a complicated issue. Okay, you non-Americans wouldn't understand. Not that non-Americans are going to watch this, but actually, voice crack is crazy. Actually, there might be one British girl who's watching this.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a Japanese person, but no.
Well, that too.
Well, the YouTube video is just have a lot of, well, the main hashtags in the video are have to do with Japan. So might get some, might get some Japanese people, or not.
Well, I mean, we do speak English. So maybe we could at some point have a channel that's like AI generated, like Japanese, so it'd be easier to watch for the people in Japan. And then next time I come back, you could come with me and we could be like icons here.
I just saw Talib's comment on our last podcast. Tyler, you're fired. That's funny.
I'm so happy he watched it. That was awesome. I'm so
Boy,
happy
guy.
that people are watching.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm keeping some more up. It actually got a lot of views though, and a good amount of watch time. It had like what, like 5 hours watch time.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm on right now. Oh yeah, 5 hours of watch time. Yeah.
It's not bad
Yo, that
for
is
a first podcast. It's
well.
pretty good.
Well, some of that time. Oh, what was it, an hour and a half podcast? So that's like enough time for like about 3 people to watch it in full.
I'm okay with that. We gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, that was
You
actually.
can't,
I'm curious if they'll show though the demographic.
Oh boy.
If you look at the retention for this video, it's very interesting. Maybe I'll pull this up on the stream actually. Oh,
I can't see.
can't
Yeah,
even.
I'm just on a Discord call, buddy.
I know, but I also can't even show this to the. Oh man, show it on the podcast. No, can I do this?
I was thinking when I come back to America, we could have like a desk that we sit on and like sit across from each other and do the podcast, and then we could have like a guy who pulls up things on the TV like Joe Rogan, and then we could be like we could make clip where like, hey, uh, Owen, pull that up. I don't know why I thought of Owen. It's a weird name. Sorry, Owens, any Owens that are watching.
There's some weird spikes in the retention though, like of certain moments in the podcast. I'm wondering, then which means that some people like replayed a certain part a lot. Curious to see what those parts were.
Many people sitting right next to them. No one saw
Probably
it.
the beginning.
Well, yeah,
And it's
but
not
Probably
even like
I'm talking about other
that-
spikes besides the beginning.
a respect thing. It's just everyone
I was
is
just saying maybe that one kid
trying
when he
to get-
came in.
just trying to get by.
A lot of people like that. That was
And-
funny.
Well, I don't think that's.
I would say
don't think that's it.
between
It wasn't funny for me though. He
Well, not
was
sorry,
very
not
mad
good.
at me.
Okay, Tyler, this is like if you heard the podcast or no, I'm like trying to play the clip from the previous podcast and you're talking at the same time, so I can't tell what the hell's going on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll shut the hell up.
negative.
Go
Just
ahead and
trying to
play
get
the-
Way of
by
saying
to
play the
that.
survive in the ramen restaurant.
But they're they're not really trying to talk, which I respect, but it is definitely more difficult to make a friend out here.
It's just what they're taught. That's culture thing.
So, is you talking about the ramen restaurant and how it's hard to make friends because no one talks? Wait, what?
Don't talk to
Cultural
strangers.
difference is crazy.
True. Except for that one black
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Shout out to him. Didn't get his
Don't
name.
talk
Cool dude though.
to don't talk to
He
anyone.
was the first. He was the first Avenger.
Even though
But yeah, it's
probably fine anyways in Japan.
That's right. I'm just waiting.
I keep hearing you talk, and I'm looking at your camera and seeing if you're talking, and you're not talking about. Wait, oh wait, that was Tyler in the clip. Oh,
I'm sure if I knew enough Japanese,
I'm just
it might
waiting
be
here, bro.
fine. But
all right. Let's see this
No,
other cast.
they're
This
kinda-
other spike.
Because we also put sauces on.
Oh, it's about STK. Okay, it's about the restaurant. Yep. Okay, what's this one?
The Docs Part 2 is crazy.
Yep.
one of those things could be like no sex until marriage, and then someone who stands for that and someone who has that principle is going to be not only fearful but also faithful. Or sorry, not faithful. There's a certain aspect of shame to that where you don't want to do that. So I don't know. It's that's a complicated issue, but I would say people are generally a lot more free in America to express themselves.
Okay. What was this about? I don't even know.
And then, I mean, I guess, yeah, you have to.
I'm just
yeah,
waiting.
In order to be on that scale for a consistent amount of time, on that side, you'd have to consistently be shamed.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN.
It was just talk. Okay. No, it's not. This was.
You're trying to watch our podcast in public, but you don't want the CIA to know?
It was about our shame conversation. That's funny. Okay, cool.
That makes sense. I think that was a good topic.
Okay.
That was probably
All right, Ty, you can resume. You can resume your.
I forgot what I was even yapping about. What was I talking about? I think I was talking about holding the door open for people.
Oh, is that it? I think there's something else after that.
I
don't know. I was locked in on trying to listen to the auto retention. I didn't even get to do it. I was trying to see if there was any. We could see like the demographics. Oh, reach. Oh, audience. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, here, top geographies. Geographies. Oh, wait. It was all United States. Wait, no. It says 23% though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We got
it said
anyone from
titles,
North Korea
English.
watching?
Well, we did have 15% of people watching with English subtitles on.
Oh.
So that means that either people just like watching videos with subtitles, or that they actually couldn't understand because they speak another language.
So I think that's total brain rot. Oh no, I hate that. What do you think about that? People who have to watch subtitles with everything now.
Well, no, I don't. Brain rot? I don't think it's brain rot. Why? Why
I
is it
think 'cause
brain rot?
I think it's like attention, because it's like people have a bad attention span. They need to like look at something to keep their attention.
What
Oh,
about
and
the
I also
freaking film? What about the I don't think that's it.
well, I don't know. You'd be surprised. You know, you lose. You know, people have a horrible attention span. So it's like something that like flickers that like keeps them paying attention. But also, I think it's a habit that a lot of people developed from watching anime. Um,
I mean, yeah. Well, it's also for people who, I mean, the reason why we use subtitles was because we couldn't have the volume up very high. I think that's the main reason why you wouldn't use just the video, use subtitles.
so Zach, I'm curious. I think I'll ask this one question. I think we might be able to call it because I don't want to make the podcast too long. I do want to keep it like,
Shorter.
yeah, yeah. I think we've had some. I think it's been pretty good so far. How long have we been on the air for?
56 minutes.
Okay, perfect. I want to ask you this one final question.
Oh God.
If you were president of America, what would be the first like three things that you would do and why?
Wow. First three things?
Yeah. What would be like the most important things to you?
Well, well, yeah, from a
Like,
policy standpoint, yeah, that's pretty complicated. But the things that are most important to me, that's really easy to answer. Okay, because the first thing above anything else, above relationships, above immigration, whatever, there's one thing that stands above all of that, which is health.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's a good thing though. It's a good thing. What would you do like regarding health specifically?
Well, I
Like more
would.
physical or more like diet stuff?
Well, definitely. I think I will definitely diet. I mean, there's only so much you can do about the physical part. I mean, I guess maybe not
Like just make it mandatory for people to go to the gym.
mandatory standing desks. No more.
No, you know, like ice, like this is a horrible comparison, but they do like ice raids. You gotta do that, but with like gym raids. Like you gotta like break into people's houses and like put them in a van
But
and like
take him to a gym.
take them to a gym, yeah.
Oh God.
And then
Yeah.
not
There you
allowed,
go.
not allowed, they're not allowed to leave. Like someone's gotta monitor them.
I mean, yeah. I don't want to take away people's freedoms. That's not what I want to do. But like, but
I
just
do. They're fat.
but no. So but it is a lot of it is the food though, and the quality of the food. So you don't even have to like necessarily like limit them or like change the food, but you just have to have better practices making that same food. You know, like using glyphosate. There are other countries who've developed, like Japan, who have developed better farming methods that don't use chemicals to keep things off of their crops and stuff. Like there, there's just other ways, and America is so sick. Yeah, physically, mentally, like it.
Okay,
I feel like that
so
is ultimately lost in the grand scheme of things. Like that is should be the number one priority.
is our health. Okay. I like that. W health.
I mean, yeah, safety is an importance too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, well, it's health if you're gonna die, but I mean, most Americans are pretty safe. I think not like we're at, I don't know, any other country. But I mean, then again, I
No,
guess
we're like India,
I mean there's a good amount of crime in America too. But I mean,
of
but the thing
course.
is though, But
We live in
actually,
we live
helping the
in big
health though will help people, get out of those mental hardships where they feel like they do need to commit a crime.
Oh, would you ban any drugs? Like what drugs would you not allow?
But I ban
Or
drugs.
if you would ban
No, I
drugs,
wouldn't
yeah.
ban drugs. I wouldn't
Like
ban.
any? Or what about
No,
like fentanyl?
I, well, okay, maybe fentanyl. I don't know. Well, I think fentanyl's already banned, of course, isn't it? Why wouldn't isn't that fentanyl
Well, no,
already
I'm
banned?
well, you said you wouldn't ban any, so I'm asking you like what would you keep the current ones?
Well, yes, I wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't change it. But the thing is, though, is that I don't believe in that kind of control. Like, I don't want to like limit people. Like, for example, like I don't drink, but I'm not gonna say like no, okay, no alcohol. Like, because then people, what are people gonna
I just
do?
think alcohol.
They're not gonna stop drinking alcohol. They're just gonna go and find a way that they can get around it. They're gonna get their alcohol somehow.
We already tried
So
that.
I'm not gonna say, oh, you can no longer do this. You can't do this. You can't eat this. I'm not gonna do that because then people are just gonna push back and they're not gonna do that. You can't. That's not how you move people to do something to get them to do something else. This is not a dictatorship. I mean, then again, banning something isn't being a dictator, but it doesn't
Yeah.
really it doesn't fix the issue necessarily. So I'm not gonna ban a drug. I mean, yeah, there are some bad drugs, but I mean, there are most of the bad ones are already banned. So like, but
What
yeah,
about like have you heard about that?
about what?
Ozempic. Like people have been taking it and getting
Oh yeah, I have
I
heard of
can't
that Ozempic.
would you ban that?
Thing is, like, if people are in that mindset to where they want to do that drug initially, the problem isn't the drug itself; it's the person. So,
Right.
which goes back to the health thing, or once again, too. Like, yeah, because if people
So
are,
you would open up asylums again.
well, and I didn't say that. Wait, what? Well, maybe I would actually. I don't know. There are some pretty crazy people out there, but yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe that's not a bad idea. There are some really crazy people out there, but then again, most of them should probably be in jail, not in asylums.
Would you bring back the death penalty?
It was gone.
Well, it's banned, and I know it's banned in a lot of states. Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
allowed, and I think.
yeah, that's like a by-state thing.
Yeah. Well, what do you bring it back across the country? I'm just curious. It's just it's
No,
just a genuine. There's no wrong
no, I
answer.
don't believe in. I also don't believe. No, I don't. I like. Yeah, I guess we're going back to politics again because I don't. Yeah, I don't believe in. I guess I don't believe the death penalty is necessary. I don't believe in. I don't believe I have the right to, or no, I don't believe anyone has the right to like take someone's life, even if they did something horrible. I don't believe it. It feels like playing God, and that's like not like.
Do you feel like they're so do you think it would because some people say it's like if someone were to murder someone, like a worse um like killing them is kind of the easy way out. Like it'd be a worse punishment to keep them in a cell for like 40 years
What I,
and
what
just
I
have them like
believe is that if that they have, we all came here to learn something. So I mean, yeah, just killing them would cut their life short. Of course, I have to put myself in the worst case scenario and put myself into perspective of this because if someone killed my whole family, worst case scenario, right? Someone killed my whole family, right? Would I want them dead? Maybe, but I don't. I don't think that's kind of a hard situation to imagine. But I wouldn't
yeah.
want them to die. Well, I guess because I guess I would want them to help themselves to get out of that situation. Although then again, maybe they won't. Maybe they won't anyways. But
You said like you would want to help the killer.
well, no, I wouldn't want to help him personally. Well, what my helping him would be not to kill him, not to have him have the death penalty. Like my helping him
That's
would be,
racist.
well, no, I just don't want to be the
I'm saying that
punisher.
as a good thing. I'm saying that's a good thing. Like that's
I don't
like yeah,
believe
it's
in
a,
being the punisher. I don't want to be the punisher of people because people will learn their own lesson in time. Then again, though, that is a pretty extreme situation. I don't know. Some people
Your
don't
whole family. That
change.
means I'm gonna be them to kill me too.
Yeah, that honestly, yeah, I don't. That's, I mean, yeah, that's obviously like the worst case situation scenario. Like your whole family was killed by this guy, and then he's probably sitting there. He's probably, I mean, if he's messed up, if he's that messed up to kill your whole family, then he's probably sitting there like smiling about it, just like or some shit. Like I don't know. He's probably, I could imagine that. He's probably like, yeah, obviously like a complete psychopath of a person, but it would be kind of a waste to just kill them also. Then again, though, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a hard situation to make because I can't. Hard for me to put myself in that position of where my family's dead. Like I don't. Yeah, that's. I don't know.
Damn, bro, was smiling when you said that. I'm cooked. I'm just kidding.
Uh,
Okay, so you would fix health. You wouldn't bring back the death penalty. What would be like the last thing you'd do, or what would be your last like priority? I guess.
Well, I don't think. Well, okay, yeah. Besides health,
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be based.
but yeah, I know, but I don't know. Huh? Yeah, there's a lot of. I don't know. I guess probably health and health. I mean, I want to say safety because safety does kind of cover a large portion of things. Because what kind of safety? There's safety from external attacks or internal attacks.
Mm.
There's a lot of things to be. Safety is a very broad topic. A very broad topic. That's like
So, what would you say causes the most danger? What's the biggest threat to our society?
probably ourselves.
Okay, that's a based answer. In what way would you say? Like we're all our own worst enemy, like on some like philosophy? Like
Yeah.
what's the
Well,
philosophy?
yeah. That and also in a literal sense, like we, because of all the crime, like for example, like in Charlotte or whatever, like in our city specifically, the crime has gone up like so incredibly bad. Like there's just a lot of, yeah, just a lot of messed up people. Like, I guess that kind of goes back to the health too. I think the health problem will fix a lot of the safety problems too.
Mm. What would you do with the homeless people?
What would I
I'm
do with
not.
them?
I'm just curious. Like, I'm not like trying to like be silly or anything. Like, genuinely, like, what would you do with all the homeless people and like attack people and try to harass people and whatnot?
Right, so you'd have to go to the absolute core problem about that. I mean, you can't just take it like fix it at face value and just say, all right, yep, I'm just gonna. For example, you say kill all the homeless people. No, that's not gonna work because then there's
Oh,
gonna
I
be
was I wasn't thinking about that extreme. I was thinking maybe you like get them a shelter or
no, but
something.
I know people. I no, but I mean no, I don't agree with that either. Obviously,
Listen,
from what I've
listen.
said.
If you had the Thanos snap on them, what what would happen afterwards? I'm just kidding. Okay, so you wouldn't kill all of them. I'm glad that's out of the way. What would you do with them?
I wouldn't. What I would do is not is focus on the rate at which people are being homeless because you have to cut it off at the source so that there aren't homeless people. Which I don't know
Okay.
why there are. I don't know the direct reason for that. I mean, why there are homeless. I mean, they're homeless in the first place because I don't know. They did a crime or probably. I mean, probably a crime. Yeah, because people who no one because you can always get a job like unless you did something like horrible or you're a drug addict. But
McDonald's don't do background checks, bro.
I mean, most
You
people.
you you, you could put the fries in the bag, little bro.
Yeah. And then there's there's a lot of homeless people who actually make a living off of being homeless, like because they stand on the street and they get a lot of cash flow, and
Dude, I've
that
heard of that. Yeah, they make a lot
that
of money.
yeah, and that is just absolutely disgusting behavior in my eyes. That's crazy.
Yeah, and sometimes like I don't know. Have you ever encountered someone where you're just kind of like, are you really homeless? Like they'll have like some nice shoes or like some
Dude,
nice
well,
clothes on, or
yeah,
oh my
just
God, dude, they're getting advanced. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to say this real quick. Dude, the other day, well, not the other day, I've been in Japan for a month, but like when I was living in Charlotte, I was walking to work and this guy cuts me off. He's like, hey man, they do their whole shebang. Can I please have some money? I'm like, sorry man, I don't have any cash. And I'm not lying. Like, I genuinely don't have any cash. Like, a lot of people don't carry cash. He's like, nah, man, it's all right. I got Cash App. And I'm like, how? How do you, sorry for the voice crack, but how do you have a phone? How do you have Cash App? How do you have service?
it's funny because I was literally about to bring up an exact situation where that happened to me too. I was literally standing outside of work, waiting for my valet, waiting for my car from valet, and guy came up to me, but he was like straight up, he's just like, "Do you have Cash App?" I was like, "No, no,
Bro, what these people don't
no."
understand is like, bro, I'm low key in the same situation as you. Like, I just have all my bills paid, bro. I don't have any money for like, I'm not, I get my paycheck, I pay my rent, I pay, my electricity, all my utilities, and then I pay for my food for the week. It's like I really don't have any money left after I put away my little savings in this economy. Okay, if you want me to give you some money, how about you give me money? Okay, you probably made more money than I did today, and you're probably gonna make more money today than I'm gonna make today at my job, getting 213 an hour. So how about we reverse it? How about they give us money? We go up to the homeless people, we ask them for money. We get like a little basket, and we're like, change.
But yeah,
It's like a homeless tax. I'm obviously joking. If anyone wants to, dox me,
oh my god, but yeah,
but not for real though. Like we're low key in the same situation as them. We just got nicer.
we just have a home and they don't.
True. True.
They've got less expenses. The difference
Versus to solve
between
the homeless
someone
problem, just get a home.
The only difference between the lower class, and the middle class is that the middle class has debt. So
Lots of it. Yeah.
if you have debt, yep, you're good. Not really though.
Versus you're in the middle class officially. All right. I think we can go ahead and wrap it up there.
Yeah, we kind of just got we kind of just had that very
Stop.
very good conversation at the last second. Now we just tacked on an extra 15 minutes. There we go.
Okay. We'll end the podcast here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Remember, always tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your uncle, tell your aunt, tell your cousins, tell everyone that you know. Tell even the homeless people that ask you for money. And yeah, I know this show came after New Year's, so happy New Year's to everyone. I hope everyone had a great New Year's and a great Christmas. And we'll be on a weekly basis from now on, I promise.
Yeah, yeah. We really appreciate you guys watching. If you did watch till the end somehow, we really appreciate it. We're glad you're here. Thank you.
All right. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, have a great rest of your evening, afternoon.
Or morning.
Happy Sunday. Yeah. I guess it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Or maybe Monday if they're in Japan.
True. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. And this has been Two Idiots, Two Countries. Take care.